Welcome, everyone. Welcome. I'm so excited to be here today. I'm happy to be here, and I am blessed to be here. And with Ellen Suazo. Hi, Ellen. How are you doing?
I am wonderful. Grateful to be here with
Yeah,
you.
absolutely. So, as we always start, is with our One Love song, and that's how we're going to start this beautiful Sunday service. And we'll get that started right away, and then we'll come back. See you in a bit. Oh, 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 yeah. There's a place where love grows, where the spirit in you knows that you're welcome as you are, shining bright like every star. Come and learn, come and play in the sacred light of day. We're unfolding, growing free in the One Love family. One love, one life, one spirit divine, one heart, one life, your journey and mine, where compassion flows and grace abounds. One love, where love grows, love is found. One love, where love grows all around. Yeah. One love, one life, one life, one life, one spirit divine. Yeah. One heart, one life, one life, one life, your journey and mine, where compassion flows and grace abounds. One love, where love grows, love is found. One love, where love grows all around. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Welcome to the sacred space, where we honor every face, the splendor of the God in you, shining through in all you do. Learning, growing, hand in hand, together we will understand. Prosperous, giving, hearts set free. One love is our destiny. One love, one life, one spirit divine, one heart, one life, your journey and mine, where compassion flows and grace abounds. One love, where love grows, love is found. One love, where love grows all around. Welcome home to one love, to one love. Welcome home to one love, where love grows, yeah. To one love. I love that song. I just love that song. And welcome, everyone. Welcome to One Love Center for Spiritual Living. Where this week, our topic is Carry Out Doubt Together. Get set. And also, it's all about divine doubt this month. And of course, we all year we're open at the top to receive, right? So, what I'd like to do is now introduce Ellen. She's going to do our evocation and a little bit about that I want to tell you. Evocation is an opening prayer. It's a sacred invitation into awareness. Evocation calls us into consciousness, conscious recognition of the divine presence, which is already here, already with you, already within us. And so Ellen is going to bring us into prayer. Thank you so much.
So allow ourselves to just take a deep breath in that space that you are in, wherever you are. If you want, you can close your eyes to really focus and go within. Take a deep breath, anchoring, remembering the divine that is you. Yes, I'm anchoring this celebration, this Sunday celebration, in which we go into carrying our doubt together, knowing that as a collective part of the divine, each one of us have doubts. This is part of being human. It's not good or bad. It simply invites us to go within and really question anything and everything, to go deeper, to discover the greater power that lies within each one of us. In knowing that together we are shifting our reality, we are shifting all that we judge as good or bad, shifting into a place of love, transforming it into peace, into joy, into grace. What I'm knowing for this celebration is that each one of you that is now here with us is receiving the message that is ready to be delivered to you. And for those of you that are new to these teachings, that a seed may be planted, trusting that the understanding that is yours to have is already within you. I give thanks for this opportunity to share with Leader. And as each one of us allow ourselves to be the channels of love, allowing divine love to speak through each one of us, knowing that the truth, the wisdom is already within us. I give thanks for Reverend Rodney, for Reverend Hydra, and for all the members of One Love Center. I give thanks for technology, for allowing us to be here and to deliver this Sunday celebration. And so it is, and now it is. Ashe, Amen.
Amen. And so I want to thank you so much for that prayer. Beautiful. And I want to also share our mission. Our mission is to provide a stable and welcoming community for all who choose to learn, practice, and grow and play in the unfolding of their understanding of spiritual principles and spiritual living. And we envision a world as a sacred environment where spirituality, spiritual living flourishes through the continued growth and development of learning and application of spiritual principles. Our community has been lovingly created as a piece of fellowship, meditation, prayer, sacred and healing service, musical celebration, classes, workshops, and spiritual films. One Love Center practices compassion and service, love and action, and joyous, prosperous giving in the community. Welcome, guests. We welcome you. We recognize the splendor that is you and the divine spirit that is you. Please know that we support you in being the best you choose to be in your glorious life. Thank you for celebrating spirit with us today. Welcome to a place where love grows. And so today, I want to share, we are still in that divine doubt, that month of divine doubt. And today we're talking about carrying our doubt. Okay. So let's go ahead and start that conversation. Please do feel free to ask any questions or to share, some of the doubts that you are carrying. And we're going to be talking about the collective of our doubts. Okay. So, all right, let's go ahead and start with our first quote here. Would you like to start?
Yes, I'll read it. It says, humanity's self-knowing mind is the instrument which perceives reality and recognizes or realizes truth. All illumination, inspiration, and realization must come through the self-knowing mind in order to manifest in humanity. And that is from Ernest Holmes, The Science of Mind, the Definite Edition, page 337. The reflection for us to to ponder on is how might my life change if I stop seeing faith as something outside of me to believe in, and instead recognize it as a divine presence already thinking, moving, and expressing through me.
Mhm. Okay. This is an interesting quote. It really talks about the collective, all of us, all of humanity, coming together and how it affects each one of us individually, what our perception is of the truth. This illumination and inspiration and realization that has to come through for us in order to manifest in humanity. We need to know of the truth, or rather, not we need to know, rather, we seek to know the truth, I think, all of us individually. And we do this as well collectively. What is your thought on how your life might change if you stop seeing your faith first and that you saw it outside of yourself instead of within?
I remember as I've been going in this path of remembering, I call it as remembering.
Mhm,
I realized I came into a reading, scientific reading, that whenever each one of us remember or becomes more conscious,
mhm,
we are also helping the whole, everyone else. So I'm not only, when I do my practice or when I become more conscious, I'm not the only one becoming conscious.
right.
I am also helping others because we are really in this together.
Mhm,
And when we say, it sounds nice, throughout the pandemic, I heard many times saying we are all in this together, but we
mhm,
are really all in this together. We are co-creating together. Each one of us is lifting the veil. Each one of us, as we practice and as we become more conscious of our truth, and then less of us are sleeping.
mhm.
Because I always say that I heard at one point Reverend Michael Beckwith said some of us know that we are sleeping.
Right.
Some of us don't even know we're sleeping.
So
And
true.
so, for those of us that know that we are sleeping, that we are having an amazing dream called life, that means that we are becoming conscious. And so, every time we become more conscious, we are helping those that are sleeping wake up. And so that's where I see this quote. Really, when I first read it, I was just like, it is so true. The self-knowing mind in each one of us, as we become more aware, it manifests itself into what we see, into our reality, into what we experience as a whole. That's
Mhm.
what I get. So, what is mine to do? I always ask myself, what is mine to do
Right.
in any situation that I see? In
Yes.
any situation I see, whether it's in my life, in my family's life, in my neighbors, in the world. I always ask, what is mine to do? And so each one of us is to ask that question because I really believe that mine is not the same as yours.
Mhm.
Yours might be to go to do something. Mine, I know what mine is to really become more conscious and to do my practice daily, moment by moment. And the more I do that, I know I am making a difference just by doing that. And so sometimes we think that we have to do big things, but I
Mhm.
used to be one of those. But I'm glad that I no longer carry that. So, what is yours to do? What is yours to do?
Mhm. No doubt is that human experience for all of us. It is the most common among all of us. And when there's political unrest, war, all of that. We find ourselves in that turmoil. All of us are consciously dealing with that same thing. I recall, 9/11 is a good example how the collective were all just focused on this thing happening in this country. And at one point, I had to turn away from all the news and all the things and everything that's showing me what happened, um, to put myself individually apart from that experience. And but then I found a lot of other people doing the same thing, and deciding that as a collective, as a human race, that we needed to come to terms to make sense of all of this. And it's only when we're in that division that really it's often such a weight for us that, in these moments, it's our duty to really come together as a community and see how we can heal from things that are, you know, uh, difficult to deal with. So it invites us to come together as a community as well.
Yeah, definitely carrying our doubt together. It definitely invites us to come together as
Mhm.
one. It really does. It
Yes.
really does, because there's not one of us that don't experience it. And I realize nowadays that it's not good or bad. It's really an invitation.
Yeah.
That's what it really is. It's an invitation to question my belief system,
Mhm.
to question what I see, what I hear,
Mhm.
and to readjust my belief system, you know?
Right. Oh, that comes to our next quote, and let's definitely go to that one. A person's thought becomes the law of their life through the one great law of all life. There are not two subjective minds. There is but one subjective mind, and what we call our subjective mind is really the use we are making of this one law. And that's by Ernest Holmes, Science of Mind, page 378. So in here, when I see a person's thought becomes law of their life, that is so true. We're fixated on this particular thought or this belief, and it does become this energy that now transforms our life. You see what I'm saying? It's it's that constant thought of where we are, of our beliefs of where we are, that is really transmuting and creating the life that we have outside of ourselves. How do you see that?
I think this is a powerful quote that Ernest is telling us. A person thoughts becomes the law of their life. Remember, each one of us is an individualized presence of the one. Yet, and as we are individualized presence of the one, we are thinking, each one of us have our own thinking cap, right? But when we come all together, we're impressing into this one mind. That's what we're doing. We're impressing into this one creative mind, creative law, and then we create this life experiences. We create these life experiences, but I also think that when we create these life experiences, whether we're conscious of it or not, they are unconsciously, we are creating all this so we can all wake up.
Yes.
Because for my observation, humans, when we are all happy and dandy, we don't see the need to transform. But when we're going through stuff, whether it's on a personal level, on a world level, nation, or in the entire world, whatever is happening, right? We tend to pay more attention and to see what's really going on, right? Because we don't like those things happening in our lives. So, yes, we call them not so good or bad thing, bad experiences, war, or whatever it is going on in the world,
Mm.
or in our own personal life. But that's what we have co-created to help us wake up. Isn't that interesting?
Yes, it is, isn't it? Oh my goodness. We were part of that creation. And it's hard to accept that, isn't it? Or to take responsibility for that.
Ah, that was so beautiful.
Right,
That's it.
right there.
Respond, responsibility means what am I going to respond to?
Mhm, mhm.
How am I choosing to respond to this? That's what responsibility is.
Yes.
You
Mhm,
know, what am I going to do to respond to this situation, to
mhm,
this experience that I'm having, or in the collective, right? Because when I respond to whatever is going on, I am also responding to the whole,
mhm.
right?
Yes,
So it's a responsibility. A lot of us rather be victims than
right,
taking responsibility, because responsibility, when you take responsibility, you're no longer a victim. You
right.
are saying, I see what's going on and I am ready to shift it.
Mhm, mhm. You wanna read the reflection there? That's really wonderful and powerful. Thank you so much for sharing that. Would you like to
Mhm.
read the reflection?
It says, if my thoughts help shape the experiences and direction of my life, what beliefs or patterns of thinking am I consistently impressing upon the one law each day?
Mhm. Yes. Wow, and how often I find myself, Ellen, waking up in the morning, and the first thought in my mind is, I am thinking about work. I am thinking about the next thing I need to do, and or something was going on, or sometimes waking up in the middle of the night getting a text because something's going on that needs to be taken care of. And so I find my thoughts being about survival. You know, how am I going to get through this? And I learned early on that I really need to put myself in a place when I wake up to get away from all of those things and just wake up in that peace that is already within, already there, and getting my mind to understand that on a consistent basis has been a challenge for me recently. And I recognize that the other things that are going on collectively with everyone else, I have been putting on my shoulders to handle. So, not all of us who are in New Thought, and just because, I'm a practitioner doesn't mean that, everything is perfect. I wake up every morning and I do my meditation and it's life is beautiful. No, there's all these little things that come into your life that remind you of that perfection, which is you. So I wanted to go ahead and say that, and I thought, have you had those challenges in your life as well? What's shaping, and your direction and your experience in your life?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think I'm glad that you said that. I think that we are all in this path of remembering. You know, um,
Yeah.
Titles don't mean nothing. I've learned titles don't mean nothing. It just means that we know a little, we have remember a little bit more than you.
Mhm.
That's all it means. It doesn't mean that we know it all, then that we got it all together. I sometimes I say to myself, oh my God, the more I think we know, the more I realize I don't know.
Mhm.
So it's a beautiful thing, because I can choose. I can say, you know what, this is a bad thing. I can start judging myself.
Right.
Rather, about if we just be with where we are and be grateful for the life experience, and for how much we have awakened, for how much my conscious has expanded, because we are daily, moment by moment, expanding more and more and more and more. And as long as we do that, I think that we are in our own path, in our own discovery. And
Mhm.
that's what life is supposed to be. I really believe that life is about having this adventure. I call life adventure. And when we have that spirit of adventure, no matter what it is, we know it's an adventure, because an adventure, when you go on an adventure, you have an idea of what's going to happen, but you never know what's going to happen. and you just gonna deal with whatever it is thrown at you on that experience, and go through it whichever way, the best way that you know how to. And I think that that's what it is about. It's
Mhm.
about knowing that no matter what kind of doubts we have, no matter what kind of like, life experiences we have, we must know that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Absolutely. Yeah.
There is light at the end of the tunnel.
Looking for it. We're seeking that. We're going toward it.
Yes, yes. We're being pulled by it because that light is inside of us. That light is inside of us. So it has to be.
Mhm.
It has to be. And trusting that truth. And if that's the only truth that we know, that we are light, that divine love is within each one of us. And
Mhm.
no matter what's going on in our own personal life, in our family life, I always say it starts with me.
Mhm.
Starts with me. I can only control what's in me, what's going on with me. I cannot control no one else.
That's right.
And as long as we remember that and we focus on me, focus on what I can do, everything else is really going to be okay. It's
Mhm.
really going to be okay. And what's the worst thing that can happen? I always tell my grandkids, what's the worst thing that can happen is that you're gonna release your body
Mhm.
and you're still gonna be alive because you never die,
Mhm. Right.
but you can choose to come back
Mhm.
in a new body. They're 5 and 6. And when and they don't see death as something bad because this is what we have been inputting in their brains since they were little
Yeah.
babies. And
Mhm.
so, and I think that that's what it is. We could just lose the fear
Mhm.
of that our life is gonna end and this is gonna end, and what's the word always ask.
Mhm.
I always say to myself, what's the worst thing that can happen?
I always like saying we live forever. Isn't that a beautiful thing?
That's it.
You know?
Yeah.
Would you like to read this one?
Sure. It says, and when practice well and often, this habit of curating collective memory can not only preserve community but also in the darkest moment resurrect it. I love this because it's really speaking about what we just said. It says, this is by Cole Arthur Riley. It's in his book, This Here Flesh, Spirituality, Liberation, and the Stories That Make Us
Convergent.
Convergent, page 176.
Mhm.
And the reflection for this one says, what stories, memories, or shared experiences help keep me connected to my community? And how might remembering them bring healing, strength, or renewal during difficult times?
Mhm. Wow. I'll tell you, that was really, I really enjoyed this one too. And, but what hit me was that last part, in the darkest of moments, resurrect it, that we are resurrected, that we live again, that we come forward into that light. And for me, the memories and the shared experiences that connect me to community is service. I have been over the past, oh gosh, 30 years in this health and wellness. And I always felt that I was doing something that would serve humanity. So it's doing something that made a difference, that transformed people, right? And so for me, it was important that I felt I felt that I was part of the healing of others. I was contributing to the whole, you know, in my small way, by being that servant leader, by being that conduit to share what I knew as far as wellness and health and and spirituality too, and that belief in my faith, and what I know of myself, I know for all is the truth. So with those memories and those shared experiences, that all of us came together and connected for that that same feeling of contribution, that we are, as much as I felt I was helping that community and I was serving them, they in so many ways were serving me as well, and bringing that light back in. I felt accomplished. I felt valued. I felt significant, you know? So that's what I saw when I read this quote. I felt that I was resurrected into something even greater and better.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Mhm,
beautiful.
mhm,
I think for me, being part of a community is important because it allows me to share with like-minded people.
mhm,
And
yes.
and the beautiful thing about it is that no matter where we are, where each one of us is in our journey, um, the fact that we're part of the community is powerful because we lift each other up.
Mhm,
You know, we remind each other of who we are,
mhm.
of who I am. I am reminded of who I am by looking at you. You know, it's just it's beautiful. We are here to really uplift each other and to help each other remember and to be out of judgment. You know, that judgment is really um, it's really interesting, and to catch ourselves in those judgment
Right.
times, you know, is it can be very challenging because that's what we practice most of the time. But what if we focus on the memories
Mhm,
and the sense of community? What
mhm,
if we focus on um, bringing the best in each one of us as we continue to walk in this path of
mhm.
remembering?
Right? That's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. I'll tell you, it's good to know that I am a part of something that is wonderful, this community, this collective, and it is such a reminder of always having that support there, whether it's family, coworkers, church, wherever you are, that as a collective, we come together to heal one another, to be there for one another, and to remind ourselves the value of each person and uh, each spirit in our lives.
Hmm.
Share this beautiful quote, and if we would look for a God of love, we must look long and deeply into each other. We must look away from the differences until we penetrate into the unity of the whole. Love alone reveals love. Hate but hides the gleam. I love that. And that's by Ernest Holm, What Religious Science Teaches, page 12.2. I love this. Love alone reveals love. Hate but hides the gleam. It struck me about how we're constantly and always surrounded by spirit, that divine source that is already deep within us. And so when we look at others, if we but only look to them just as deeply, right? Just as warmly and lovingly. Um, how did you feel about this quote?
I like the end of it, and I want to focus on that. I don't know. I'm called to bring out the hate behind the gleam.
Mm,
And how about I'm inviting each one of you, whether you're here now or later, I'm inviting each one of you to, when you can sense hate, when you're able to sense hate, or when you see hate wherever you are, whether it's at home, in a neighbor committee, schools,
mm,
wherever you are that you can sense hate. How about if when you sense it, instead of giving it energy or judging it, how about if you just be in love? So
mhm,
you can transform it, because the moment that you can sense it, the moment that you can see it in so many forms,
mhm,
right? How
Yeah.
about if you do not buy into it, don't buy into it,
Hmm.
but be love and know love so it can be transformed.
Right.
That I feel that that is what we're called to.
Hmm.
You know,
Absolutely.
we are called here to transform those beliefs that are holding us down,
Hmm.
those patterns that are holding us down, those habits that are holding us down, that are not allowing us to live the life that you and me know that we're here to live.
Right. So
And
true.
by us shifting and transforming those thoughts and all those belief systems that have been implemented or implanted into us,
Mm.
like hate, we can become free.
Yes.
We can become free and we can really transform not just our life, but the life of others. That's
Absolutely.
that's what I feel. That's what is coming to me.
Oh, thank you so much for that. That was wonderful. That was powerful. This is, let's do this final quote here. Uh, since God is infinite love and intelligence, and since the very nature of our being is rooted in the need to love and be loved, we are perfectly right in assuming that God is love. How could we possibly think of a God who could be either unkind or unloving? And that's from Ernest Holmes' Ideas of Living, page 43. I have to say to you that growing up, I remember thinking that I didn't believe that God would harm, or there was a God that, this God that would be so unloving or so unkind. And I knew it more so when I had my own child, when I held that child in my arms. I couldn't think of anything that would want me to be unloving to my own child. And so God is that way too. That beautiful divine presence is that way too. It's only for your highest and best good that God is present within you, that that source is present within you. And so I know God only as infinite love, infinite intelligence, infinite wisdom, infinite kindness. That's the God I believe in. And I believe that all of us have that within us. So, I mean, that was for me something that came across when I read this one, just remembering the infinite blessings that are by divine. How about
Um, love is rooted. It's in us. It's what we are. It's who
you?
we are. Um, there's nothing other than that.
Mhm.
Everything else is lies. Everything else is all lies.
Right?
Surrounded by so many lies.
Mm,
And I can challenge you
mm,
to sit and feel the lies because you know it.
mhm.
When you feel uneasy, when you feel irritated, when you feel doubt, when you feel anger, when you feel anxiousness, all that is lies.
Mhm.
All that is lies because you are an infinite being. And the fact that you are an infinite being, you know
Mhm.
all that is lies. That's why you cannot align with it. That's why it doesn't feel right
Mhm.
because you know it. It is rooted in each one of us to
Absolutely.
know our truth. And whether we know it consciously or not,
Mhm.
our being inform us of it
Mhm.
because we can feel it in our body.
Yes.
We can feel it in our body, and we might not be able to speak it or to say it or to know it, like touch it. We can. There's something that
That's
is that
yes.
is that
Yes.
is that is informing
Mhm.
the human self, the body speaking, and he's saying, "Oh, that is lies."
Mm.
So listen to your body,
Yeah, right?
to your body, and know when
Yeah.
when everything there, we're surrounded by lies, so many of them, so many of them. So know that, yes, you and me and each one of us, there's nothing other than love that we can be. And we say love, but some of us call it God, universe,
Mhm.
energy. There's so many names that we use, in the Kabbalah. And there's a book that they have, the 100 names of God.
Oh, yeah.
The 100 names of God. When I heard that, I was just like, gee, 100 names? I didn't know that there was 100 names of God. But yeah, there's a book that is called The 100 Names of God. And
Mhm.
so no matter what you call it,
Mhm.
it is it.
It is
I call it it. No?
because
Whatever you call it, it doesn't matter. But
yeah.
I know that each one of us know
Mhm.
when we're surrounded by lies, or
Mhm.
where we enter into
It doesn't,
space that's full
yeah,
of,
it doesn't sit well within us. We
the body
feel
speaks.
that energy. Yes, yes.
Yeah, because we are energy beings. We're rooted in that energy. So
Mhm.
when you're rooted,
Mhm. That's what you, yeah.
that's what you are. No
That's,
matter what. No
mhm.
matter what.
And so our final question for you, for everyone, is really this contemplative question for the week. What power and possibility lies in the collective doubts? What power and possibility lies in our collective doubts? So think about that as the week goes on. I really would like to invite all of you to please share this and let everyone know what we're doing here and share it with others. But I appreciate being with us today. Um, Next is our affirmations. And so if you're ready to do that, we'll bring that up and forward and I'll let you start. So,
Okay, so let's say what we do here so we can anchor into each of this affirmation is that we take a deep breath, and after and then we say the affirmation. So I invite you to take a deep breath. And he says, "It is so that I share the power and potential of collective curiosity." Let's take another deep breath. "It is so that I share the power and potential of collective curiosity."
mm, let's take another deep breath and release. It is so that together we transform doubt into discovery, openness, and deeper understanding. Take another deep breath. It is so that together we transform doubt into discovery, openness, and deeper understanding.
Mm. Take a deep breath. "It is so that I am uplifted by the collective power of curious hearts seeking truth, growth, and spiritual insight together." Take a deep breath so we can anchor this affirmation. "It is so that I am uplifted by the collective power of curious heart seeking truth, growth, and spiritual insight together." And so it is, and now it is.
Oh,
And
yes.
in this space of being aligned, affirming our truth as a collective beings, as one, what I know is that there's only one power, one mind, and I am part of this mind. You are part of this mind. Whenever I say I am speaking about you as well. And what I know is that when I recall that I'm one with the power, as the power of God, love, universe, energy, whatever I choose to call it, I know that I am anchored, that I am rooted in the truth of who I am. I am rooted in my divine self. I remember and recall moment to moment the beautiful being, the powerful being, and the superpower that I possess to create and to manifest the life that I choose to live, to experience in this glorious time. This is what I know. What I know is that I am here to be the example, to be the life shore to others, so they too can know that they are light, they are rooted in light, they are rooted in love, and that no matter what kind of doubts we are experiencing in our personal life and in our collective lives, I am knowing that it's inviting us to remember the truth of who we are, to remember the powerful beings that we are, to remember that we have the power to create an amazing life, to remember that I am here to experience an adventure that is lit with ease, joy, grace, and glory. That's what I know for each one of us. We are here together, experiencing this human experience together and transforming all doubts into love, all doubts into the opulence life that each one of us desires to experience, the beautiful life that we desire, that we can feel it in our hearts, are here to experience. And we breathe into it. We breathe into this remembering. Consciously breathe into this, knowing it is so, knowing there is no other than it. I give thanks for this. I give thanks for remembering this truth about myself, about you, about us. No matter where each one of us is, I know that there's only one mind, one power. And as I recall this, as I remember this, and as I bring this into my own mind, I know that it is it is it is making a difference in our collective experience. And I let it be. And so it is, and now it is. Ashe. Amen.
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 So much for that prayer. Thank you so much. And One Love Center for Spiritual Living has prayer professionals ready, willing, and able to remind you that spirit is empowered, charged, and already within you and for your immediate use. So please use us. You can ask us for a prayer. You can request a prayer through onelovecenter.org. We invite you to leave us a voicemail at 646-685-3344. Or you can also call and contact Centers for Spiritual Living World Ministry of Prayer. You can email them at oneprayer@csl.org, or you can call them at 424-235-4326. And please let us know, please know that all your prayer requests are kept in the strictest of confidence. And let us know, we ask you to let us know that how you're doing after you receive these prayers. We will pray for 7 days for you. So please let us be the prayer conduit for you. We are practitioners here, Reverend Rodney, myself, and Ellen. We will sit in prayer for you for 7 days. We appreciate you. We are so grateful for that. So again, thank you. We're going to go ahead and move over to our abundance, and I'll let Ellen take this.
Sorry. Okay. So at this point, I'd like to say thank you to each one of you that have been making your donations to One Love Center. We thank you for all your generosity And for those of you that is the first time that you are here with One Love Center, and you felt and you feel spiritually fed, feel free to allow yourself to share your good with One Love Center. No matter how much is it that you share with One Love Center, we appreciate it. We thank you for it. And we'd like you to go to our website, onelovecenter.org, click on the donate button. It's going to take you through the PayPal process to make your donations. Remember, you can also make it to be automatically be taken out of your account every month, every week, whichever way you choose to, for the amount that you choose to, so you don't have to even worry about it. It's all automatically done. And I say that because that's the way I do it. I don't want to think about it. And you know what? Whatever amount is that I put, is always there. And because I'm not even worrying about it, because I know I am being provided. I know that, and it's beautiful to have that certainty. Um, and I just want to say to you that I wasn't always like that. Huh? Don't think that I was always like that. No. At first, I was nervous about it, but I'm grateful that today I can just release it and just do what I do automatically. And if you have any challenges doing that, with donating and with sharing your good, please connect with us so we can help you clear that confusion. Because I'm grateful that I had a session, a practitioner session at that point. I wasn't a practitioner when I did it. And I had a clear about that. I was confused about it. And so I'm grateful that I had that session, because after that, everything just cleared out. And since then, it's been history. So I invite you to connect with us. Um, Now, I'd like you to do an affirmation for abundance. Put your hand in your heart and say, money as one of the many gifts of spirit is good. As I share my offerings, I know that I am actively creating a space to receive more gifts, more money, and more good. I am grateful for the ability to give and for the good works that this gift do in our center and in our world. And now it is, and so it is. Thank you so much for sharing with One Love Center.
Thank you so much, Ellen. And so we're going to move on to our announcements. And one of the first things I want to share with you is, of course, the Science of Mind magazine. It is available. So if you do decide to subscribe to that, One Love Center will provide free for 6 months, free magazine for 6 months. So just give us a call, go to onelovecenter.org or email us at onelovecenter.org, and we will make sure that you get your copy. So I wanted to share a little bit of what is this Sunday. Our affirmation is, I am willing to listen and allow inner guidance. And our and Reverend Christy Green is doing our daily affirmations and daily stories on the science of mind. And the Ernest Holmes quote here is, since the only life you can have is the life of spirit within you, you need but permit its radiance to flow through your thought into self-expression. Well, that's wonderful. One of the other things I want to make sure that I touch on that I hadn't touched on before is that I want to make sure that you know that we are looking for tech support. So if you know of anyone who would love to be a support for us, we could use that. Have them contact us at 646-685-3344 or onelove@onelovecenter.org. You can email us. Bless you and thank you. If you have any interest, we would love to speak to you about that. In addition to that, I would like to bring Ellen Swaza back about the Convention of the Americas, and she can share a little bit more about that.
Yes, so we invite you to 2026 Convention of the Americas. It's a bilingual Pan-American spiritual gathering of connection, learning, and celebrating, bringing together seekers, spiritual seekers, and leaders from across South, Central, and North America in Chapala, Mexico. That will be in July 21st through the 25th of this year. So make sure that you get in, go to our website, www.conventionoftheamericas.org,
Mhm.
and go there now so you can get the early bird discount and be part of this amazing gathering. To me, every year that I go, I've been going to this to this convention since 2014,
Wow.
since 2015, and it's never the same. For me, it feels like a family gathering. That's what it is for me. It's a family gathering, a beautiful family gathering. I love it. I
Thank
will not miss it for nothing. So I invite you to be part of the family.
you. I'm looking forward to it. This is my first year going, so I am just thrilled to do it. And that the fact that one of my sisters is going to be able to attend with me. I'm just thrilled about it. So this is going to be exciting. Yes, yes, yes. And so I want to share a little bit more about this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the video on it, and it's going to tell you everything about this event. Save the date.
The People of African Descent New Thought Group presents Celebrating Our Soul, Claiming Our Sacred Power at Unity Village from August 13th through 16th, 2026. This exclusive event hosts Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith of Agape International Spiritual Center, Brother Dr. Ishmael Tete from the Etherian Mission in Ghana, meditation leader and teacher, professional sacred space holder, Reverend Paulette Pipe, and more. The People of African Descent New Thought Group once again brings you top quality masterclass presenters like Reverend Deborah Johnson, Master Practitioner Aisha Mason, Reverend Vernell Nelson, Jeffrey Noble, and more. Not only do we have empowering workshops, but the grounds and ambience are sublime. Yes, it is very hot in August in Missouri, but the best part is getting to enjoy the best that nature has to offer. You, your kids, and or your friends can enjoy the Unity Village Nature Trail, the short waterfall, the amazing labyrinth, or you can join the group that is going to the one and only Negro League Baseball Museum and the Jazz Museum. Even if you don't go to the cultural immersion and field day, you can stay on the grounds and enjoy pampering yourself with energy workers offerings, such as a massage or reflexology, Reiki, or pranic crystal healing. That's right, pamper yourself. The best price is now during early registration through March 31st. Don't delay. Register today at padntg.org. Be there.
All right. Well, we've come to the close of our service, but let's go ahead and do our closing prayer. And I'd like to start. So if we can, I would just sit back and take a breath, and we'll both be in this one together. So infinite presence, loving spirit, divine mind, I close this sacred time together in deep gratitude for every heart that is gathered here, every question that arose, and every moment of honest reflection shared with this beautiful community. And today I recognize that doubt is not an enemy of faith, but often an invitation, as Ellen said, into greater wisdom, compassion, greater understanding. I know that as we sat here today, as I sat here today, for all of us, our collective doubts, our became more compassionate about our communities that are willing to listen more deeply, to welcome new ideas. And I affirm that everything that we shared here, every shared experience, every vulnerability, and every honest conversation is only going to strengthen our connection to each other and to the divine presence. that is always moving through us. And so I pass to Ellen.
Yes. Yes. I say yes to all that has been said. As I have no doubt in my mind, in my being, that that's what it is. I am claiming an amazing week ahead. And as each one of us go through our week, we remember that any moment that we have doubts, it's not for us to judge it, but for us to remember who we are, whose we are. And as we do that, we are helping the collective humanity to remember that each one of us is the light, has the light. And as each one of us own our light, we can be the light into the world. And really, really, really the live experience this human adventure as we all came here to do. And for this and so much more, I let it be. And so it is, and now it is. Ashe.
Amen. All right. And so we're going to go ahead with our signature song, and we'll come back to say thank you. We'll see you in a little bit.
There's a place where love grows, where the spirit in you knows that you're welcome as you are, shining bright like every star. Come and learn, come and play in the sacred light of day. We're unfolding, growing free in the one love family. One love, one life, one spirit divine, one heart, one life. Your journey and mine, where compassion flows and grace abounds. Whoa. One love, where love grows, love is found. One love, where love grows all around. Yeah. Through our prayer and meditation, joyous sacred celebration, we give thanks for all we are. Every soul has come so far. Love in action, service true. The divine spirit that is you. We're awakening, can't you see? Living love and living free. One love, one life, one spirit divine, one heart, one life. Your journey and mine, where compassion flows and grace abounds. One love, where love grows, love is found. One love, where love grows all around. Yeah. Welcome to this sacred space where we honor every face. The splendor of the God in you, shining through in all you do. Learning, growing hand in hand. Together we will understand. Prosperous, giving, heart set free. One love is our destiny. One love, one life, one spirit divine, one heart, one life. Your journey and mine, where compassion flows and grace abounds. One love, where love grows, love is found. One love, where love grows all around. One love, where love grows all around. One love, where love grows all around. Welcome home to one love. Yeah. Welcome home to one love. Where love grows. Where love grows. Where love grows.
Thank you so much. Any final words?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing with us today. We invite you to join us next Sunday for our topic, communal uncertainty. Go.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Have an amazing week.
Bye-bye.